All right, let's talk about that moment. You're ready to start. You've got a fresh canvas, a new idea. Maybe you've even managed to steal 20 minutes of quiet time between your day job, the kids, your wife, and whatever else life is throwing at you. And then you hear it, that little voice in the back of your head, the one that says, "You really think you can pull this off? This is going to be a complete disaster." It sounds so damn reasonable, like it's just trying to save you from wasting time or making a fool of yourself. But what if I told you that voice is mostly full of BS? You see, I spent my life in a high-stress job where your survival depends on being critical. A year or two ago, I found out I have severe ADHD. Turns out my brain is noisy. Art is my escape, my quiet place. But that damn critic follows me here too. So I got obsessed. I had to figure out why. And in this video, we're going to drag that inner critic out into the light. We'll look at the actual science of why our brains do this, and I'll share the practical, no BS habits I've been using to finally shut it up. So let's get into the weird science of it. Why is your brain such a jerk to you, especially when you're trying to create something? The truth is, your brain isn't trying to be a bully. It's just running on some seriously outdated caveman-era software. Our brains are wired for one thing and one thing only: survival. They're designed to keep us safe by constantly scanning for what could go wrong. Your brain loves clear, simple answers, and it absolutely hates uncertainty. And what is making art, if not jumping headfirst into the unknown? This inner critic is also your social protector. It's built from a lifetime of messages you've soaked up about what makes you a good or a successful person. Self-doubt is creativity's biggest enemy, not because it kills the idea, but because it stops you from even trying. It's that lump in your throat that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" But here's the secret that changes the whole game. These are just thoughts. They aren't facts. They're just repetitive electrical signals firing in your brain, and just like a bad habit, they can be broken. So here are 6 real-world strategies that I actually use to reclaim my creative sanity. Strategy 1. Name that voice and talk back. First, you have to separate yourself from the thought. When that voice pops up, give it a name, a really stupid name. I call mine Corporate Carl. He's this pencil-pushing dickhead in my brain, always worried about the ROI of a painting and wanting to see my quarterly progress reports. By naming him, he's not me anymore. He's just this annoying guy in my head. Then you talk back. Seriously, out loud. "Not now, Carl, I'm busy." It feels kind of silly at first, but it breaks the thought pattern and puts you back in charge. Strategy 2. Reframe mistakes as clues. Perfectionism is Corporate Carl's favorite weapon. He tells you that it's not a masterpiece, it's a failure. You have to rewrite that rule. Instead of seeing your art as a failure, reframe it as a clue. Okay, so that color combination looks like mud. Good to know. What did I learn? You have to shift from judgment to curiosity. So go ahead, make some bad art on purpose. It completely deflates the pressure and starves the critic. Strategy 3, the 15-minute rule. The critic loves to overwhelm you with the sheer size of a project. My ADHD brain really struggles with this. The solution? Shrink the task. Set a timer for just 15 minutes. For those 15 minutes, your only job is to make something. Anything. No judgment, no expectations. It's a tiny, manageable step that bypasses the paralysis and builds momentum. Strategy 4. Reconnect with the why. The critic loves to attack your motivation. To fight that, you have to anchor yourself in why you're even doing this. Why did you start making art? Look at your old work from before you got so worried about it being good. That initial joy is the fuel that keeps your creative fire going when the critic is trying to stamp it out. Strategy 5. Change your playground. Sometimes the critic gets loud because you're just plain stuck in a rut. One of the fastest ways to shut it down is to change your tools or your environment. If you always paint in your studio, go paint in the park. If you always use brushes, try a palette knife. Give yourself a weird prompt like draw with your non-dominant hand. Breaking your routine forces your brain into a state of play and exploration, which quiets those anxious, repetitive thoughts. And finally, strategy 6. Start a tiny wins journal. At the end of a session, just write down one small victory. I finally tried that new brush. I painted for 10 minutes even though I felt like garbage. I showed my work to my partner. I know, it sounds like some cheesy self-help bullshit. I thought so too, But over time, this journal becomes a powerful, documented rebuttal to the lie that you're not getting anywhere. Look, I know these aren't quick fixes, they're practices. Motivation comes and goes. That's normal. The goal isn't to get rid of doubt forever. The goal is to learn how to keep creating through the doubt. So that voice in your head, the one telling you you're a fraud and that you're going to fail, it's not a wise mentor. It's not the truth. It's a glitch in your ancient wiring. And you don't have to listen to it. You have the power to talk back, to reframe your thinking, and to build new, better habits. You can remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. So here's my challenge to you. Do not try to do all of this at once. Just pick one strategy from this video. Maybe it's giving your critic a stupid name, or maybe it's starting that tiny wins journal. Commit to it for 1 week. That's it. The journey to silencing your inner critic begins with one small defiant step. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more tools to fuel your creative journey. Now go make something.